Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to this Raw review and opinions video. So honestly, I thought this was a really strong offering, and actually I was just looking at your feedback, right? So here you can see that at the moment it's coming out as Great 84 because Great 71 plus the numbers above, so 13 add 71. Great 84, right? So it's coming out as Great 84, and I did just have a little walkthrough to see how that compares to other Raws, and it looks to me like it's ahead of all of the Raws from 2025 so far. I can't find any Raw that is scored higher than Great 84. And I even end up going all the way back to that premiere here, Netflix premiere, that came out as Great 73, which is really interesting. Like, people enjoyed this week's Raw more than the Netflix premiere Raw. And I thought week 2 was better, actually. And you lot seem to think that as well, but that came out as Great 79. So Great 79, you lot think that this week was even better than that. It's currently on track for Great 84. So, I mean, that's brilliant because honestly, in 2025, we've been starting off on a bit of a downer. Like, Raw has normally been a little bit flat. And then it's NXT that really picks things up. And what's great is we've just had a really fun Raw. I would score it like a 7.25, something like that. We just had a really fun Raw, and then, you know, we're literally about to get NXT tonight, which is my favourite show of the week, so I'm in great spirits. I'm honestly just loving where we are right now. Never saw the Iyo win happening. I mean, it caught me off guard. It was quite shocking. I don't quite know where it means we're going, but I'm here for it. I'm not down on it. I'm here for it. I'm excited to see kind of what's going to be next, if she's going to be added, because I think we still get Rhea Bianca. I mean, there is no way Rhea is not going to be at WrestleMania, so I've got to think Rhea Bianca is still the plan, but is it Rhea Iyo Bianca? And so that's kind of put a spanner in the works. So yeah, I was not expecting that. So WWE really keeping us on our toes. Brilliant open with Punk. Brilliant end with Iyo. Little brawls all throughout. Lots of little moments like AJ calling out Logan. Seth and Punk being announced for a steel cage match. Bron Breakker murking Carlito. Just little moments dotted throughout the show. Pretty strong in-ring, but I wouldn't say exceptional, with the exception of the main event. But pretty strong offering. That could have been improved. But yeah, really, it's about that big bombshell at the end, isn't it? That I think caught a lot of us off guards. So Gunther, Otis, I really enjoyed. You lot said was good 97%. I think that's very fair. Lyra against Ivy, you said was about the same. Good 96. Then you said War Raiders against Creed Brothers was good 96. I probably would have dropped that. I think there was a few botchy moments in there, which isn't a problem. It's not a problem to have a couple of little botchy moments, but I just didn't feel that the match really grabbed me. I wasn't really as invested as I was actually the previous two. And then main event, I really started getting into it. It was a little bit of a barrier at first, just because I like both women, but I really did not see Iyo getting the win. But then, you know, they did a few moves, kind of brought me in. And yeah, I mean, honestly, by the time we're getting towards the end, really exciting stuff. And then that shock result. So I'm thinking about 7.25, something along those lines. Right, let's get into the comments. We've got 60 odd comments. So I doubt we'll be able to get to all of those, but we should be able to get through a fair chunk, right? So Chris said the guy who gave Chad Gable the box was El Jefe from Lucha Underground. Chad was wearing the same suit as El Jefe. That's actually really interesting, and I did try to search El Jefe. I came back with a couple of images, but the guy didn't look like the same guy to me. But then I have not gone back and watched the Chad Gable thing, so if that is true, and that does actually all check out, that is actually really interesting information. So, yeah, I've not seen anyone saying that, though. So I'll have to do a bit more work into that. Ring Talk said, no, Penta match was kind of sad. But other than that, it was an amazing show. It's nice that we're going to get our tribal chief next week. Well, big show next week. Madison Square Garden. Lots of excitement. It's going to be good. Blake02 said it was a 7 show, but it was a 10 out of 10 opening with CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Cole said it was a solid show. Angry Punk pipe bomb of truth and the brawl with Seth was fire. Matches were decent. Iyo Rhea was a bit of a letdown. No idea what was going on with Rhea. She had a few botches, like being the wrong way up for the first moonsault. Iyo carried. I'm so happy that Iyo won, says Cole. Mr. Fretz said it was a shocker and a banger. Bia said it was a very good show all round. Didn't expect Iyo to beat Rhea. Great One said, lesson learned. I'm done doubting the booking of Paul Levesque and Dwayne from now on. It's a bad week for IWC podcasters. So that was before Elimination Chamber, sad. And that was after Elimination Chamber. Homer said, a message to Benedict Arnold. We could probably park that. I don't know that he needs to hear a message from us right now. Although I can say you saying that, well, kudos to the women world title. Addy said it was good until Rhea lost. Babs the Barbarian said, I can't believe what I've just seen. Cena heel turn and Iyo beating Mommy was not on my bingo card in 2025. I rate Raw at a 7.5 because of the shock of the main event. Can't wait to see the payoff of Iyo's win. Other matches were good, but still digesting this Raw. Thanks, Daze. Shout out to you, buds. Timmy Thompson, the Man Warrior, said 10 out of 10. Iyo Sky winning is the best. Raw was awesome for tonight. I enjoyed it. Austin said it's the best Raw on Netflix by far. This show was must-see from top to bottom. My only complaint was American Made losing yet again. But other than that, really good episodes. And what a shocker to the end of the show. It finally feels like we are on the road to WrestleMania now. 8.5. Austin really enjoying it. Nando said fun. Can't believe Iyo won, but I'm so happy. CM Punk is a certified GOAT. I appreciate how often he's on the show too. Matter said Bianca Gobbledygooker Belair versus Rhea Bloody Ripley in a Jessica Carr's head on a pole match. It was a great Raw. 8.25. Giza HD said, I was pessimistic going into Raw tonight after the end of Elimination Chamber, but overall it was a good follow-up and was solid. The Punk-Seth promo fight was great. Iyo beating Rhea was a good twist. Show wasn't perfect, but it kept my attention, so that's great. 7.5. The WrestleMania song is called Fine, and the lyrics sound like they're talking about Wyatt Six, says Wesley. Raymond said, hello, Daze. I thought tonight's Raw was honestly really good. Matches were very good. And the Iyo Sky versus Rhea match that was confusing to me because WWE are building to Rhea Bianca at Mania. So that's what I don't get. But I'll rate it 7.5. Shout out to you. I'm getting a lot of 7.5s, to be honest. I might be more 7.25 than 7. You've got me wondering if I should have gone to 7.5. There's a lot of 7.5s, but I'm feeling low end 7s. But I'm 7.25. I'm around there. Wrestling Vid V said one of the best episodes of the year. Feels like we say that every week. Oh, you must be new. Because we haven't been saying that in most of February, to be honest, right? The hype for CM Punk versus Seth Rollins has reached new levels of hype. Iyo winning the champion shows that Triple H is not afraid to take risks. That's true. That's true. SPG WWE said, I'm just in shock. LFG Iyo. Callum said it was great. Punk promo was amazing. I agree. Need more of that from Punk. Otis Gunther match didn't do it for me. I'm not a massive Iyo fan, but I am happy for her. I'm hoping that Bianca wins at WrestleMania. And the Chad Gable segment was interesting. That is true. It was interesting. Shame we got to just wait that little bit longer to find out what it is. that's in the box, but we all love a good mystery. Brady said, Raw was mid this week until the main event. If you asked 100 people who would have most likely won, would have said Rhea. So I love how unpredictable that was. And I'm excited to see what special things we get next week for Madison Square Garden. Ashley said, I honestly don't like Iyo winning. Punk was talking facts there. Ashley, shout out to you. Gio DeFio said, my takeaways. Gunther J feud needs more heat, starting to get repetitive. I don't see the point in Iyo winning. It'll probably be a rematch where we get either a DQ finish or Rhea wins. Punk Seth feud is great. Things will only get more fun when Roman gets involved. I think the point of Iyo winning must be because we want her involved in that match. We want to make it a triple threat. Maybe a bit disappointing that we're not going to get Bianca Rhea one-on-one if that is the case. Because for me, that's a match that I've wanted to see at pay-per-view PLE for a long time. We've seen it before, but I don't know that we've seen it on the main roster at a PLE. And for me, as I was saying not long ago, those two feel like the two of the most recent generation. I feel like we are just moving on a bit now where we're seeing like Lyra coming through, Roxanne coming through, Cora, Julia, Stephanie, Jordan, they'll be coming through very soon. And so I do feel like we are kind of moving on from that last wave of talent, kind of pandemic wave, if you will, right? Where we had Rhea and Iyo and Bianca kind of coming through. I feel like we are moving on to the next generation now. But for me, those, maybe, and perhaps that's it. Perhaps I've just said it there. Perhaps that last wave, which sort of came through during the pandemic and just after, perhaps that wave, we're taking arguably the three biggest names from that period, which would be Bianca, it would be Rhea, and it would probably be Iyo. And we're going to do like a triple threat to celebrate that period. I wonder if there's something to do with that. Triple H continues throwing swerves, said Muggsy. He does, and I'm not mad. Although, surely Rhea makes Iyo versus Bianca a triple threat. I'm also kind of confused on what this does for the Jade story. I'm pretty sure Bianca attacked Jade. They're probably just going to forget about it. So 6.5, says Muggsy. Well, we don't know, to be honest. I don't know. M said it's absolutely bonkers. Johnny said, shocking. I'm loving that we're getting world title changes on Raw, SmackDown again. Makes any title match unmissable as long as we don't overdo it for the shock. Punk segment was an all-timer. Everything in between was all right. 7.5 again. Lots of 7.5s. Night one, Iyo, Rhea, Bianca. I think that's what a lot are going to be thinking now. Mitchell said, really tough one to score. Amazing open and close. The in-between was good. Chad AJ was fun. Do we let a shock moment dictate our score for the whole show? I don't. I think I'm going to settle 7.75, but this show asked, if the show asked, I'd let the bouncer allow it into the 8 club. I don't let that end moment like massively affect my score. It's a talking point that would get it into the 8 club, but I think the tag match lets the show down. It wasn't good enough for me. I'm sorry. That's how I feel. Lyra Ivy is fine, but I don't think it really got to the sweet spot, and I'm saying that as a Lyra fan, right? I thought there was some good stuff. Love how they targeted the leg. But you lot scored that good 96%. I've got to say that's not really good enough, right? And Gunther Otis, I thought they far exceeded what we were looking for out of a match like that. Far exceeded. But it still was what it was, you know? So the Seth brawl at the start was really fun. His promo was amazing. New champion at the end. I agree with you. I mean, I've gone with like that 7.25. I'm seeing lots of people say 7.5. I think where you're 7.75, you're willing to go to 8. I'm 7.25, willing to go to 7.5. But we ain't a million miles apart, are we, in all fairness? It's, we're in the same area. But I'm in the exact same area as Uncle Revel. It was a fun show. Aside from the Cena recaps, Punk Rollins was a great start. Cage match is going to be insane. And aside from the main event, I found the other matches kind of slow and clunky. I am loving the unpredictability lately. Iyo looked fantastic. 725. CT Dingo said, I was a little nervous that no Cena or Cody was going to follow up tonight, and that would hurt things a bit, but I was happily proven wrong. Punk's promo was unreal. Matches were fun, and Iyo winning really caught me off guard. I'm loving that serious unpredictability is back in WWE, said CT Dingo. Chris, hello, said the show was mid until Iyo got the upset win, so 6.5. I'm hoping to get another laugh from social just to see how many people are going to be like, they said they saw the Cena turn. We'll say they had Iyo winning tonight. Also, maybe Triple H is going with Vince Russo booking now. Did you see a lot of people saying they saw the Cena turn then? Because I flipping didn't, and I flipping didn't see the Iyo win either. I mean, I saw it. I watched it, but I did not foresee it. Phantom67 said it was a good show for sure. 6.8. Punk opening was just what we needed. Seth and Punk was so hyped. Iyo beating Rhea was so unexpected, but so sweet. Rest of the show just flowed nicely. Wrestling Pandemonium said, Will? Someone explained to me how Iyo won when Bianca put her hands on Rhea during the match and the referee saw it. Should have been a DQ, said Wrestling Pandemonium. Well, they do say in championship matches that it is ref's discretion, right? If that was a normal match, the ref might have just called for the bell, right? But because there was a championship on the line, and also because of the fact the ref was able to get there before like anything major happened, like it's not that Bianca beat her down, kept kicking away, and that was it, you know, like it was, the ref was able to get there whilst it was still in the early stages between those two. So, you know, it was quite clear that Rhea was able to carry on and was not feeling any effects. It's discretion at the end of the day, isn't it? It would be DQ if, like, Bianca started beating up Rhea, Rhea went down, and then Bianca's booting her, and, like, Rhea's screaming out in pain. Like, there's really no need for the match to continue then, because Rhea's not going to be in a good shape for the match to continue. But the referee knows what's going on. She knows that Iyo isn't involved, or at least doesn't believe Io's involved. It's not like Iyo and Bianca were secretly working together or something like that. So she's looked at it and gone, okay, this thing can continue. It's for the title. Rhea was happy with it continuing. She was going to do a riptide off the top, and she was still talking trash to Bianca on the outside. So I'm okay with it. I think if you're a Rhea fan, you've got a reason to be frustrated, disappointed. I don't know that Rhea is using that as an excuse from the behind-the-scenes interview that I've seen, but that would be a bit of an explanation there. J Omega said, Raw was a great show tonight. Felt like Dwayne had a meeting with Triple H to make the shows better, and it was. Tonight marked the official start to the road to WrestleMania. I'm just happy Iyo won the championship. Raw gets a 9.75. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, buds. Riddlesphere said, is this wrestling or reality TV? It's hard to tell these days. Ooh, Riddle. Joe said it was a banger. Rival's Rapture said, opening promo was incredible. Iyo winning was the swerve we needed to really internalize the fact that anything can happen. Vince's ceiling is gone. Taker 1990 said Raw was much better this week, 9.25. I was talking to a co-worker who is also a WWE fan. He was thinking Cena could appear on the Tron instead of showing up, just as The Rock did during their feud. Rhea also has a rematch clause, triple threat at Mania. Kudos to you. Taker 1990, shout out to you, my friends. Mackenzie gives it a 7, said congrats to Iyo with the shock title win. Brilliant performance from Punk at the start. Can't wait for the steel cage. Bianca looking shady at ringside. Kept looking left as if she was expecting something. Maybe Jade, says Mackenzie. Wrestling Pandemonium said maybe Iyo won so that Rhea and Becky can face Liv and Raquel at WrestleMania for tag titles. Rhea and Becky. I don't know, because I got to think Alexa and Liv are going to be doing something, and this close to Mania now, I think it would have to be involving Mania. Las Vegas Matt said, this was the best Raw on Netflix for me. Every Raw champion was at least shown on screen, wrestled, or had a promo. Punk is a dangerous man on the mic. Penta is too much fun. Gunther match was great. Lyra match was okay. War Raiders were good. Rhea and Iyo were fantastic. 9 out of 10, says Las Vegas Matt. Jesse, hello, said, enjoyed CM Punk's promo. Love the LWO promo. Finn seems really unhappy with the Judgment Day, but I never know what's going on with them. They hurt us again with replaying the John Cena Rock Cody segment multiple times. I was so impressed and shocked with the Rhea versus Iyo match. T-Lil said, hi, Daze. Hello, buds. Punk was great. Bianca totally was the one who attacked Jade's. Oh, really? I think Jade attacked Naomi because she couldn't get to Bianca yet, but is saving it for later. Oh, so you think she attacked Naomi not because she thinks it was Naomi. She just wants to hurt Bianca. It's like, well, that's a dark thing for Jade to do, isn't it? Like, attack someone that's not guilty just to hurt the person that was guilty. Interesting. Ivy Lyra match was only part of the show, but the rest was 10 out of 10. The only lower part of the show. Gable as a luchador seems cheesy. I don't know what it's going to be. I mean, we need to see where it's going to go. Terry shouted audibly for Iyo win. Terry. Don't know what that means. Seems Bailey may go for the IC title. Can't wait to see what Jade says Friday. Finn Braun match would be awesome. WrestleMania match, and enjoy your day. Same to you, my friends. Enjoy your day. Let's get a couple more, shall we? Matthew said, it was a great Raw, and congrats to Iyo Sky on winning the Women's World Championship and going to WrestleMania. I predict that Bianca versus Jade at Mania also. Okay, and great recap on Cena's heel turn. Well, they did enough of them, didn't they? I felt like the show was 2.5 hours. About 2 hours was like a John Cena recap. Did you see this? Did you see this moment? This happened. Everyone was talking about it. Did you see it? Did you see it? Edward, it was good show. Very good. CM Punk, wow. His segment was wow. He effing killed it. And the whole show was good. Also, Iyo winning, totally unexpected, says Edwards. Real Wrestling Fan gave it an 8. Awesome. Freaky awesome. Brandon says Vancouver. J14 said, opener was very good, and I can't wait for the steel cage match next week. I was really intrigued with the Chad Gable vignette. I wonder if this is how Rey Fenix is brought in. I don't know, because he was not available when they started this, and I don't know if WWE would have been aware as to when he would have become available. So I've got to think that this is going to connect to something else. I said it during the watch long. I can only say it again. I read somewhere, and I don't know how reliable this is. It doesn't feel reliable, that he is going to do something with AAA or CMLL, which maybe there's an invitation in there to join them and do something with them and to train with them. I mean, I feel like when he opens it, it should be a lucha mask, but it's not going to be a flipping lucha mask where he puts it on and all of a sudden he gets these magic powers, because we know Triple H ain't into that. So we're going to have to wait and see. That's what I'm thinking. We're going to have to wait and see. Iyo winning was the total swerve, and I hope she holds the belt for a while. Overall, an amazing Raw. 8 out of 10. And we're going to finish here. Ring Rebel said, good show. American Made should have won their matches. Can't wait for the steel cage match next week. Overall, 7 out of 10. And there we go. I agree. Really good. Great way to start the week. Big shocking moment. Sets us up lovely for NXT. And then tomorrow, we get another flipping show called Evolve, which is going to be great. Right? Really looking forward to seeing how that feels. Actually, I mean, we are going to see in I think it's the Performance Center. I don't believe this is going to be at NXT, right? This isn't in that NXT arena. This is going to be in the Performance Center where all the rings are, where the training happens. They've got a little entranceway where they practice their entrances. And they've got, obviously, rings, and apparently there's friends and family that are in the crowds. Tell you what, that's the hottest ticket in town, isn't it? That's the rarest ticket in town to actually get to an Evolve taping. I want to go there. That's where I want to be. Everyone wants to go to WrestleMania, but I want to go to Evolve. I want to go to Evolve. I want someone to get me into Evolve. Oh, my God, I should put that out on Twitter, shouldn't I? Are there any Evolve talents that will invite me to come along to Evolve? Because that's the rarest ticket in town, yeah? Actually getting in that crowds, that's the rarest ticket in town. That's where I want to be. Screw WrestleMania. I want to be at the Performance Center in the Evolve crowds. I'll take a sign. I'll cheer for whoever you tell me to cheer for. I don't care. Right, yes, there we go. So it's going to be a fun week. Appreciate the support. Thanks a lot for stopping by. I'll see you later for our NXT stream. And, of course, opinions and review after. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.